Assalamualaikum students. I'm Shakil Ahmad, your history teacher. Our today's topic is the reign of Aurangzeb. We will discuss this topic under three headings. So the first one is the early Mughals. Mughal Empire was established by Zahiruddin Babur in 1526 by defeating Sultan Ibrahim Khan Lodi in the Battle of Panipat. After that, his son Humayun sat on the throne, followed by his son Akbar, then Jahangir, and finally Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan was the father of Aurangzeb Alamgir. He had four sons, Darashkoh, Shah Shuja, Murad, and Aurangzeb. In 1657, Shah Jahan fell seriously ill. At that time, his four sons were serving as the governor of different parts in the empire. They all wanted to become the emperor when they heard about the illness of their father. So at that time they started fighting each other to get the throne, and in the meanwhile Shah Jahan recovered and he ordered his sons to stop fighting, but they didn't obey, and finally in May 1658 Aurangzeb Alamgir defeated the royal army and he took his father prisoner. Shah Jahan was allowed to remain in Agra until his death in 1666, where he was buried in the Taj Mahal. Now we will discuss the Aurangzeb's reforms. So there are the historians who are divided about Aurangzeb's attitude. So there are two groups of historians. One are on the side of Aurangzeb, and other group is in opposition to the Aurangzeb. So according to the first group of historians, he was intolerant and wanted to destroy other religions. They point out that he reintroduced the tax on non-Muslims, what was called the jizya. He destroyed a number of Hindu temples and he tried to ban some old Hindu practices such as sati. He also enforced Islamic laws to make Hindus and other non-Muslims to live their lives according to the teachings of Islam. Sati was a Hindu religious tradition or practice. According to that, when a Hindu husband died, his wife had to be burnt alive in the same fire. If she refused to do so, she would have to live rest of her life in a very miserable way. According to the other group of historians, he was not intolerant towards other religions, but that he was more orthodox than some earlier emperors. They emphasized that he employed some Hindu advisors, and there are recorded instances of him making donations to Hindu temples. There are mixed views on how successful Aurangzeb was as an emperor. Perhaps much of the criticism is a result of his more austere measures, such as appointing censors of public morals, banning the consumption of alcohol, stopping singing and dancing at the court, and even determining the maximum length of beard. Aurangzeb made himself popular with traders by abolishing and finishing many local taxes, but generally taxation was very high during his time period. Not only did he have to pay for the cost of his military campaigns, but he also spent huge sums on building luxurious palaces. An example of his extravagance is the famous Pearl Mosque at Delhi, which was built for his private prayers. The taxes resulting from Aurangzeb's heavy spending meant that by his death in 1707 he had become an unpopular ruler. Aurangzeb was 89 years old when he died, and had ruled the empire for almost 50 years. He achieved much more, but it is also true that during his reign, the start of decay, the downfall, was being started.